Turnip greens are not a side product. They are not leftovers. They are not an afterthought. For most of human history, turnip greens mattered more than the root itself. Before modern agriculture focused on uniform roots and shelf life, people harvested turnip leaves repeatedly, long before the bulb was ready. Botanically, turnip greens come from Brassica rapa, a species within the mustard family. This family includes cabbage, kale, bok choy, mustard greens, and broccoli. That lineage explains everything about turnip greens, their flavor, nutrition, and toughness. The leaves are broad, dark green, and slightly hairy. The stems are fibrous. Raw, they are pungent and peppery. Cooked, they soften dramatically and release a deep, savory character. Turnip greens were never meant to be eaten raw in large quantities. Heat is part of their identity. Cooking transforms them from sharp and aggressive into earthy and balanced. Historically, turnip greens were staple food for farming communities across Europe, Asia, and later the Americas. They grew quickly, tolerated cold, and regenerated after cutting. One planting fed families for months. In the American South, turnip greens became iconic. Long simmered with onions, salt, and sometimes smoked meat, they provided minerals, calories, and comfort. The liquid left behind, known as pot liquor, was valued as much as the greens themselves. This was not gourmet food. It was survival food, dense, reliable, and nourishing. Flavor-wise, turnip greens sit between mustard greens and kale. They are sharper than kale, less bitter than mustard greens, and more mineral-forward than spinach. There is a slight sulfur note, especially when young. Texture defines how they should be cooked. The leaves soften, but the stems require time. Quick cooking leaves them stringy. Slow cooking breaks them down into silk. Culinary traditions understood this instinctively. Turnip greens were chopped, simmered, and seasoned simply. Overcomplication ruins them. Modern cooking sometimes mistakes bitterness for a flaw. With turnip greens, bitterness is part of the signal. It tells you this plant is rich in phytochemicals. Nutritionally, turnip greens are among the most powerful leafy vegetables available. They are extremely high in vitamin K, essential for blood clotting and bone health. They also contain vitamin A in the form of beta-carotene, supporting vision and immune function. Vitamin C is abundant, especially in fresh leaves. Calcium, iron, magnesium, and potassium appear in meaningful amounts. Unlike some greens, turnip greens provide these minerals with relatively good bioavailability when cooked. Fiber content is high, aiding digestion and gut health. At the same time, cooking reduces anti-nutrients that would otherwise block mineral absorption. Turnip greens also contain glucosinolates, sulfur-containing compounds common in cruciferous vegetables. These compounds are studied for their role in cellular protection and detoxification pathways. This biochemical complexity is why turnip greens taste strong. The flavor reflects function. Agriculturally, turnip greens are efficient. They grow fast, require little fertilizer, and tolerate poor soils. This made them ideal for subsistence farming. They also mature quickly. In many climates, leaves can be harvested within 30 days. This rapid turnaround allowed multiple harvests in one season. Visually, turnip greens are not uniform. Leaves vary in size, texture, and shape. This irregularity made them less attractive to industrial agriculture but perfect for home gardens. Storage is short. Fresh turnip greens wilt quickly and lose nutrients. Traditionally, they were harvested and cooked the same day. This immediacy shaped cuisine. One of the biggest modern mistakes is under-seasoning. Turnip greens need salt, not to hide flavor, but to unlock it. Salt reduces bitterness and reveals sweetness. Another mistake is pairing them with acidic ingredients too early. Acid locks bitterness in place. Acid should come later, if at all. Turnip greens are not delicate. They do not require gentleness. They require understanding. Culturally, turnip greens symbolize humility. They fed people when nothing else did. They asked for little and gave a lot. They are not trendy. They are not photogenic. They are not fast food. They are foundational food. Eating turnip greens connects modern diets to agricultural reality. Soil, seasons, labor, and patience all appear in their flavor. They remind us that nutrition is not always smooth or sweet. Sometimes it is dark, bitter, and deeply satisfying. Turnip greens do not impress instantly. They sustain over time.